Don't have too much time. But now we came probably the most important section of this complex for me. Like he said, they named it Osirion. Because of the Osiris, it was so impressive when it was discovered. They said it has to be a big reason why such impressive structure here. We don't know its real names. We don't know its real builders. Conventional Egyptology is assigning it to pre-dynastic times or early dynastic times because no carvings, no proof who really built it. Personally, I think it's much older than a couple of hundred years than before the first dynasty rulers. Much older, and it comes in the same row as the Abu Simbel structure. Perfectly done, and we really don't know the builders. And if you go even more back, you remember my chronology, sons of gods, before them demi, gods, before them gods. Again, from the construction point of view, this is granite. The source was ASWAN. ASWAN from here is 240 kilometers, right? I don't know, that's from to Abu Simbel. From here, ASWAN is what? Huh?
More than 500.
500 kilometers. Now, just imagine if they were really moving those huge blocks with the ropes and slaves, or even with the skilled laborers. Once you move it through the desert, it got damaged. The corners should be damaged. However, the original fitting was so perfect, no trace of any damage. Secondly, when it comes to the mass, you see how massive they are? Let's calculate real quick. 2 meters by 2, it's 4 meters. Over there it's 5 meters. 4 times 5, it's 20 cubic meters times 2.2. It's about 88 tons. So we have tens of tons when it comes to mass. Number 3, you see how perfect sides, perfectly flat sides we have. So again, now we're not talking, using some primitive tools, pieces of stones or hardened copper to get such a perfectly flat surfaces. All 6 of them are perfectly flat and they fit so good. So it was like somebody prepared this project, they cut it, they tested in the place, and they moved the whole thing here. So this was perfectly done. I think this is the work of more advanced civilization than what we had at the time, which was the human civilization. The next thing, you see the level where it is built, much lower than those cultural layers that they came later. So what was happening after a very long time, the desert sand would cover those very ancient structures. The new civilization would come, they would slowly start building their temples, mastabas, enclosures, and so on. So it's cultural layer on top of each other. The interesting thing is, the most superior is the oldest. Look above, you can see the stone, you can see the, mud bricks, inferior construction. So that's why this place is one of the most important, which tells us that we do not have this idea about the evolution, because you started from a very high level. Osirion is one of the most important places in Egypt for me because of that reason.
2 over 3.
Huh?
2
2 over 3, exactly. Yeah, we have. If we are